Hey everyone, welcome to my channel ASP.NET Core, and today I'm going to introduce my membership program. And in this membership program, I will provide you lots of stuff like ASP.NET Core from a beginning to professional videos. And it's not only a simple video tutorial; it's based on the project. So you can purchase it in 800 rupees for the Indian users, and rest countries you can buy from $15. Okay, and you can use PayPal account for buy this membership. And when you if you want to get this membership, you just fill that Google form that is available in video description box. The link is actually available in video description box, so must to check your video description box and fill the form. After the filling the form, I will contact you via the mail. Okay, so in this membership, I will provide you complete video tutorial of about a .NET Core, that is beginning to professional video tutorials. And the next one, I will provide you RESTful API and the Blazor course. Okay, so it's not only a simple tutorial, it's project based tutorial. So I will provide you lots of projects. So Blazor video tutorial, RESTful API tutorials. Then after I will provide you Angular tutorials. I meant to say the fundamentals to the professional video tutorials. And then after I will provide you React tutorials. And in .NET Core, I will use Entity Framework Core and the SQL Server. And .NET Core, we just use, uh, Entity Framework Core model first approach. Okay, and the MS SQL Server. And then after I will provide you C# basic course, and then next I will provide you DSA based course, that is the data structure and algorithm. So it's not only these courses, I will provide you lots of courses and video tutorials plus complete source code. Okay, so you know that guys, if you want to get this membership, you just fill this form. So if you want to get the full stack development course, just fill this form, and this form link is actually available in this video description box. So just put it your name, your email ID, your contact number, transaction reference ID or order ID or PayPal ID. You can just add it here, and that is course fee. That is 800 rupees for Indian user and $15 for the other country user. So you can use this QR code, and also you can use for other country, then you can use this QR code for the PayPal user, and just click to the submit button. And after I will inform you via mail. So please check your spam box as well. Okay, of your mail. Please check your spam box and inbox. Okay, so after that, I'm going to share you the course curriculum. So I will share you a course curriculum about ASP.NET Core. So this is from basics to advanced, and here we have relationships, validation, session, reusable component, themes, page utility, generic repository, unit of work, identity, data seeding, real-time projects, prototypes, and the project analysis phase of the project analysis, filter, middlewares. Okay, and that is my web API, and you can say that it's a RESTful API. So what is WCF, SO, and the rest? Create ASP.NET Core Web API projects, attribute routing, test API, Swagger, Postman, default parameter binding, and all. These all are the Web API topics and the RESTful API topics, and these all are the Angular topics. So everything is included here. Dynamic routing ID, lifecycle events, HTTP client module, JSON placeholder, ng container, ng content, design, course, algorithm, authorization, guard features, and API projects for JWT authentication, view shield, and HTTP interceptors, material component, paging, searching, sortings, and everything. Now the next one is the C# courses, and everything is completed. C# courses, data structure courses, okay, and the Signal R courses, and that is my Bootstrap course, microservices, and JavaScript, and Microsoft Blazor course. That is Microsoft Blazor course. React course also included in this. MS SQL Server complete guide, and object OpenCV Sharp, ImagueCV, and OCR. That is it's based on the digital platforms, and like image processing, image load, convert to grayscales, displaying image, and everything. Okay, so that is not enough. I will continue with my work, and I will share you weekdays videos to you, okay, in your mail. So everything is in only 800 rupees for the Indian users. So please fill this form if you see this video, and just see the video description box, and where you will find a Google form link, and just fill the form and get them. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel ASP.NET Core, and today I'm going to design this types of application in ASP.NET Core, where you can see that here we have a free downloaded Brownie templates, and I want to design the complete websites in my ASP.NET Core. Okay, and that applications is much more easier and dynamic application that will actually doing in ASP.NET Core. So here you can see that here we have a education skills, it's there, and experience is there, profile is there, portfolio is there, and the client is also there, and the last one is the contact. So I want to replace it all the items, and you can sign up and sign in videos, sign up and sign in links is there, and you can manage your applications based on users. Okay, so you can design your portfolio website where we have a admin and users is there. So you know that that is the UI and UX based websites, and you can just design your portfolio in ASP.NET Core. So let's get started to design this application dynamically in ASP.NET Core. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel ASP.NET Core, and today I'm going to start a portfolio website, and that is very easy to design in ASP.NET Core MVC. And we all know that first of all I want to design a API system. Okay, and that API system is actually have in you know uh, repository pattern. With the repository pattern I want to design it. So that is the portfolio, that is my portfolio website. So I want to add a directory name is portfolio. Okay, and just open it in the command prompt, and I want to create a new SLN file here. So you can use this command .NET new SLN file, and that was file is created right now. Okay, that is the solution file, but I want to use it before going to create a SLN file. I want to design a global.json file first. Okay, so text that is JSON file, and the name of the JSON file is global.json file. Okay, that is empty JSON file right now, but I want to that I want to add a JSON file with the specific version of .NET. So you can use .NET dash info, and here we have a about the .NET information, and you can see that here we have a JSON reader exception. The input does not contain any JSON token, but right now it is a version of 9.0.101. Just I want to go again .NET info. So again .NET dash info. Yeah, it's there, .NET info about the project. It's again got it the error message about the SDKs. So you can just I want to open my command prompt in administrator mode. Okay, so that we navigate to the project again. So just open it, cmd, run as administrator label. Okay, and I want to open it here .NET dash info. Okay, I got an actually .NET SDKs, that is the .NET SDK 9.0101, and okay, so .NET SDK installed is 8.0404 is there. Okay, so I want to go for there, and here just I'm going to add oops notepad, and save it. Okay, global.json file is actually add SDK. Here I'm going to add SDK version. So just I'm going to add version first. Okay, and that version is 8.0.404. 404. Okay, so just saved it first and just open this into the command prompt first, and after that I want to design a .NET SLN file, .NET new SLN, and yeah, it's created right now, and add a repository pattern API. Okay, so .NET new web API project, I want to open it, and the output directory is API. Okay, so API project is created. You know that its API project is created. Now after that I want to add two class library project. So .NET new class lib, and the output directory is that is the core layer. So you can just add the core layer, and the next one is to add infrastructure layer. So add is infrastructure layer. So here we have a third layer, that is infrastructure layer. Okay, now I want to add these layer project under the portfolio. So you can add .NET SLN, add core layer first. So you can just add core layer, or directly you can add the core. So the project core.cs project added to the solution. Now the next one is to add API project. Now API project is added right now, and the next one is infrastructure. So infrastructure is already there. Now just open it, the SLN directory. So .NET SLN list. So here we have three projects in the solution, that is API, core, and infrastructure. Okay, now I want to open these three projects, but I want to add a reference first. So you know that a core layer is an inner layer. So I want to add first API layer and add a reference of the infrastructure layer in it. So .NET add reference, that is the infrastructure layer project. So slash, and that is the reference of the project, that is infrastructure. API layer contain the infrastructure. So oops, cannot find the project directory infrastructure. Okay, yeah, it's there. That is the infrastructure, and infrastructure.cs project added to the API layer reference. And the next one is to add cd dot. So you can just add the reference cd dot, and just add a infrastructure here. So cd infrastructure, and add a core layer. Oops, that is my core layer project. Okay, now again cd dot and cls, that is clear screen, and open it in the Visual Studio Code. Now your that is my portfolio website, and I want to open it in the Visual Studio Code. A Git repository was found in the parent folder of the workspace, or open a file. Would you like to open the repository? Never. Okay, now I want to just open it in the Solution Explorer first. So here we have a Solution Explorer. Now the next part is the core layer part, and I want to delete the existing class, that is class 1. So just delete it. Also we have a class 1 under the infrastructure layer project. So just delete again. Delete the class 1 file. Okay, now the next settings is to add under the API layer, just open, double click on, or the single click, you can just find the target framework, that is 8.0. Now the next version, the next I want to use it, that is my API project. That is the UI project, or that will open in the Postman, where I will check my endpoints output. The first thing is to add inner the core layer, that is entities. So just add a new folder. The folder name is entities. And under the entities directory, we just add a new, the class file first. So the class file is portfolio item. So new file, and new file is, what is that, is class, and I want to class is portfolio item. That is portfolio item. So here we have a class that is portfolio item, and perfect your namespace, that is core.entities. Now I want to add items like prop integer id, and you know that id is already there in each of every each entities. So you know that, just remove from here and create a new file for the new class, and the class name is base entity. Base entity have a id property, so saved it. Now next thing is the portfolio item. So I want to add a portfolio item, and that is integer id. The next one is to add string title. The next, and title is required, so you can just add required here. The next one is to add a description. Also the description is required. And the next one is to add image URL, and portfolio URL, the image URL is also mandatory, or you can take it the null. Image URL is null, so but I want to take it required. And here we go for the string, and the next one is image URL. Okay, the next section we will actually add more columns here. It's related to the user ID and user and the project URL was also. Okay, but right now I'm going to apply these fields. Okay, we all know that ID is already there under your base entity class, so you can just inherit from it base entity. Okay, now suppose your portfolio items is ready to go. Now the next one is to add a data directory under the infrastructure. So add a data directory. Under the data directory, you can add the next class, new file, and that is the class name. That is your portfolio context. So you can add portfolio context. Now portfolio context is right now is inherited with the DB context. We know that a DB context is actually existing in your entity framework core package. But right now I'm going to add SQL Server, because SQL Server is already existing in entity framework core. So, just open your NuGet gallery. So here you can see, here we have a NuGet gallery, and I want to add a SQL Server package, and I want to install it in the infrastructure layer project. So add a SQL Server. Just type it SQL Server, and here you can see that here we have a Microsoft Entity Framework Core.SQL Server, and just I want to add in the infrastructure layer project with the desired, according to the desired package. 8.0.12 is there, so just I want to add in the infrastructure project. Okay, now the next one, to remove and resolve the DB context problems, use control dot. Oops, control dot is not actually exist. Here you can see that infrastructure project is there, so use control dot again, and here we go. Now using Microsoft Entity Framework Core, now I want to add a primary constructor, so just control dot and generate constructor portfolio construct. Okay, and but I want to add DB context, and DB context have a that we have a options. So that one is project public portfolio context DB context option, and there we have a options. Okay, So now just I want to, add a connection string in API project. But before going to this, I want to add a DB set, public DB set, and the DB set is portfolio item, and the name is portfolio items with the getter setter. Okay, now here we have a portfolio items, and I want to open it, uh, the connection string in API project. So here we have a API project, and you can see under the API we have a program.cs file. Now I want to add a, just I want to add a API here, that I want to add a application DB context. Okay, so just I want to add a application DB context here. So where okay, builder dot services dot add DB context, and DB context is that is portfolio context. Portfolio context is not there. Portfolio context. Okay, now I want to add options, and with the help of DB context option builder, you can add a connection string. Okay, now after it, I want to add, just I want to add a connection string in app settings.json file. So here I'm going to add a connection string, and the connection string name is, the connection string name is default connection. Okay, and the connection string parameter is server. First is local DB MS SQL local DB, and the next one is the database, and the database name is portfolio DB, and the next one is to trusted connection is true, and the next one is multiple active result sets is also make it true. Okay, so that one is my connection string, and I want to use this connection string here. So first of all, you know that we need to add a option here, and that options dot use SQL Server, and SQL Server have a builder dot configuration dot get connection string, and here you can just provide the name of the connection string is default connection. Everything is simple. Now I want to add a controller scheme is here, so that we can add a DB context in the controller. But before going to add a controller, I want to add a repository. So under the core layer, I want to add a use cases for the repository, and that repository is related to the entity. Okay, so you know that here we have a core project, and I want to add a new layer, and that layer name is interfaces, and that is my interfaces, and I want to add a new interfaces, and that is my interface, and interface name is portfolio repository, portfolio repository, and under the portfolio repository I want to add some methods under the portfolio repository. So the first is need to add a task of read only list, and here I'm going to add portfolio item, and that will return get all async, So here you need to add get all async. Okay, the next one is to return single portfolio item, that is get by id async. The next one is to add a portfolio item, so void add item, that is my portfolio item, portfolio item. And the next one is to void update portfolio item, so you can add portfolio item, and here we go for portfolio item. Now the next one is to remove, so you can add delete, that is portfolio item, portfolio item. Okay, and now you can you know that here we have save changes also there, so you can add task of pool, that is save changes async. Okay, so here we have a repositories, methods under the iPortfolio repository. After that, I want to implement this interface under your infrastructure project, so that we can add a implementation directory. So new folder, and that is implementations. Under the implementations directory, we can add a new class file, and that is implemented by the iPortfolio repository. So you can add portfolio repository, that is my portfolio repository. So I want to implement by iPortfolio repository, and you can use control dot and implement interface. So here you can add that context file here, so that is portfolio context. So private read only portfolio context, and that is underscore context. Okay, so we all know that here we have a context file, and I want to generate a constructor. So you can see that here we have a generate constructor file, and we all know that constructor is initialized with the context, but I want to use a primary constructor. So you can use control dot again on the generate constructor, use primary constructor. So here you can see that here we have a primary constructor at the level of the class. So I want to remove this section. There is a no need. Okay, now you can create a empty constructor and you can initialize the context file. Okay, but right now there is no need, and I want to add item first in the portfolio item. So you can use context file, context.portfolio items.add, and here you can add portfolio items. Okay, the next one is to delete portfolio, so you can add context dot portfolio items dot remove and portfolio item. Okay, and the next one is to get all, so return await, and you can use context here dot portfolio items dot to list async. The next one is to get by id async, so you can add return await context dot portfolio items dot find async, and here we go for the id based on the get by id, so you need to add a id here, and just update your portfolio repository, and where you can just add a integer id, so that you can update it integer id here. Now after that you can just update it, but before going to this I want to make it that is nullable, that is the portfolio item. So saved it, and that is the return type is nullable, so you can update this one. Also, you can say that a context.portfolio items dot find async, and that is nullable. Okay, now just after that, I want to update the save changes async. So you can just return context, or you can say await here, context dot save changes async dot save changes async is greater than 0. And the next one is update. So update, I mean to say that return await here, and it's not a task update. Why we add a await here? And there is no need to return by product repository, and here we have a update method, so there is no need to add task. So we need only update here, so we add a void here, get by id save changes void delete add item. Okay, now I want to update the entry of the context, so you can add context dot entry of entity, that is portfolio items dot state is entity state dot modified. Okay, now you can see these all are my uh, product portfolio repository. On the basis of the repository, I want to first of all I want to do migrations. So open terminal, and I want to do migration first. So .NET EF, and you know that EF tool is installed variable, so just use .NET EF. And if first of all check the version of the EF tool and update it just after that. So I want to go for the website first, .NET EF tool, and check the latest version, uh, .NET EF tool, and here we have a NuGet, and the current version of .NET that I want to see in the version, and here we have a 8.0.12. So I want to update at the global level, so just copy the command and just go inside your Visual Studio, and here you can see that oops, just I want to open it, the new terminal again, control double T, and just paste this command, .NET tool install global .NET EF version, that one. Now your package is actually updated. So .NET EF was successfully updated from the version 8.0.112 version, this one. Now I want to add a command. So just go inside your readme file, and here you can see that .NET EF migrations add. This command I want to add a migration, but before going to add migration, we need to add a startup project as well as the also add a design package in the startup project. So go inside your NuGet gallery and add a design package, and you know that Microsoft dot. So first of all, add a design package. So design package is actually used in Microsoft Entity Framework Core design package, and I want to add this package at the starter layer project, that is application. Oops, it's there is actually 9.0.1, so I want to remove this first and choose the appropriate version, that is that one, and I want to install it, API project. Now after that I want to add a migration. So .NET EF migration, .NET EF migrations. So that is .NET EF .NET EF migrations, add migrations add, and the name of the migration is initial, and the starter project is API, and the project is infrastructure. So .NET EF migrations add initial, and the startup project is API, and the infrastructure level project, that is infrastructure. So build started, build succeeded, and here we go. Now, just after that, I want to go for the update database command. So that is .NET EF migrations. Instead of migrations, you can add .NET EF uh, database update. So here you can see, here we have a database update, .NET EF database update. So .NET EF database update with the command. There is no need to add a command, but I need to add a starter project and the project infrastructure. So here we go. Now your created table is portfolio items is good to see. And the next command I want to go for to add this repository at the level of the controller. So first we need to configure this. I want to use the controller. I want to use a controller instead of API. So close all tabs first, and I want to configure your program.cs because I don't want to use minimal API here. So that one is my minimal API, you can see, with name and with open API. But I want to use that is the swaggers. Okay, so we need to configure with the controllers level. Okay, so see you in the next video where we will configure this file based on the controller directory. Okay.